All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I am Santa. Sit down with Sports Show, and I am your host, Sally. If you're not down with it, well, too bad. That is me. I am Sally. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I do apologize. It's a little dark in here. We didn't get my lighting guy did not get all the lights up right, but we'll figure that out later on in the next episode in a few weeks. Yes, I said a few weeks. I'll be taking a couple of weeks off. I know I haven't done my sports shorts lately, but I do apologize for that. But we'll be doing that, or we'll be doing that. We'll be on that as well. But I will be taking a couple of weeks off. I'll be going to visit my girlfriend and visit my girlfriend's family for Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving yourself. And with that, we got a lot of sports to talk about. But yes, we got make sure you have enjoy your Thanksgiving, enjoy the parades, enjoy all the football games. Yes, I might even do a special episode of the Thanksgiving one. But besides that, I'll be taking a break because the special Thanksgiving one will be basically talking about Thanksgiving the games that will be taking place on Thanksgiving Day. So, a couple of games we do have going on: college ball and NFL ball that be going on. And yes, it is the holiday season. We're getting into the holidays. That's right. That's right. We just had Halloween several weeks back. Now, within the next week, a little week from now, we've got Thanksgiving, and then we got Christmas, and then we got New Year's, everyone. And yes, I've been doing some holiday themed episodes as well. So you're in for a lot of fun and a lot of fun and a treat as well. That is right, everyone. So we got to dive in. We got a lot to talk about in sports. We have some interesting things that happened. And yes, what I mean by interesting, yes, we had another spitting incident that happened this past weekend, actually. We had one. We had the spitting of we had the spitting incident in game one of the season, and we just had it just this past weekend. So yeah, so let's dive right in here. We put up all my apps and everything. And if you don't have the new ESPN app, make sure you download the app. You can customize your own sports center and everything from WWE to college football, sports, everything all in one place, and all on the new ESPN app. Make sure you download that app. And of course, right now, Kay Adams is on right now is Up and Adams, and then next hour got the Pat McAfee show, Pat McAfee and with the Pat McAfee show as well at 11 Central Time. And of course, right now we got Wood and Tausch. They started over at 9 to noon. And of course, we got KBN at 1, 2 to 4, well, 2 to 5 drops Madison and drops and Beaver Dam because Beaver Dam has the Dam Sports Show. And in Madison, we have Jim, Matt, and Molly. Yes, Jim, Matt, and Molly. Matt is back. Yes, if you did not watch the Olympic trials, yes, Team Schuster was eliminated in the third game of best of three in the Olympic trials against Team Casper. So congratulations to Team Casper on that win, and good luck to representing us for Team USA in curling in the Olympics. But for now, we got to get everything else that's been going on. That is right. We have a lot to talk about. We got a lot of upsets and a lot of upsets right now that has gone on in the NFL as well as the college as well. So how about we start right now by doing some NBA action? We got a handful of games tonight. We got the Lakers will be taking on the Jazz tonight at 9:30. At 6, we got the Magic taking on the Warriors. The Celtics are on the road with the Knicks. And that game is at 6:30, you got another 6:30 game with the Hawks hosting the Pistons. And then we've got two other games, the Grizzlies and the Spurs. Grizzlies taking on the Spurs, and the Suns taking on the Trailblazers. Both games are on NBC and Peacock. You don't know what that means? That's right. Another take from Michael Jordan and Mike Tirico, and of course, Rambo Rock. That's right, Rambo Rock. We always love Rambo Rock. I'm going to take off, at least take off my Iron Jock off. And if you like Iron Jock, make sure you get yourself some Iron Jock. In fact, go to ironjock.com. It's ironjock.com. That's ironjock.com. Make sure and yes, they have a even newer, some new pieces, some new ones out. Let me see here. Let me go to my Chrome. Here we go. That's right. We got some new Iron Jock. Mm-hmm. Here. Yeah, some new Iron Jock that is on that you should definitely check out. If you do, we have some new Iron Jock clothing out. That's right. We got the lighted we have the lighted hoodie now. There's some new hoodies out. So make sure you get those hoodies as well. We got everything here. Yes, we do. Iron Jock. Make sure you go to ironjock.com, ironjock.com for all your Iron Jock needs and all your Iron Jock clothes that you want. From golf clothes for the golf, for clothes for casual wear, clothes for the athletic wear, clothes for the workouts. They got everything and more. And they do have the new lightweight hoodies coming out. So make sure you stick with me, and of course, Jim Manamani, and of course, Loading Talks here, talking about that now, about the new Iron Jock that's coming out with the new light, the hood and the vest or not. But anyway, make sure you go to ironjock.com to get yourself some Iron Jock. Okay, now we got to get back into the sports again. We've got a lot to talk about. Okay, we got to get with WWE action, and yes, there was a little scuffle with a couple of football guys and Jody Don last night at Monday Night Raw. I always love when they have athletes and celebs that get involved in the match, get involved and get involved within the matches in some way or another. Last night was great. I need to watch that again. I'm going to watch that myself. But yes, we do have NFL action to talk about. Let's talk about this past weekend's games. We had the Jets that lose to the Patriots 27-14. Packers win their game 27-20. Dolphins win theirs in overtime overseas. Madrid 16-13. The Jaguars beat the Chargers easily 35-6. 44-32 Bears over the Buccaneers. The Vikings actually loses to the Bears. I think the Bears are finally becoming legit. It's been a while since they actually been legit and had a quarterback like how Caleb Williams be the way he is now, because it's been a while since they had a quarterback that is as good as he is. But don't forget, he was a first round pick out of USC. Anyway, we also had more than that in a while. Texans beat the Titans 16-13. Panthers beat the Panthers won against the Falcons on the road in overtime, 30-27. The Rams beat the Seahawks 21-19. 49ers beat the Cardinals 41-22. And Browns lost 22-16. And yes, I can say this for sure. Yes, the Doors, Dylan Gabriel did go out with the concussion into the concussion protocol. And with that, Shedeur Sanders finally saw some action, got some action in this past weekend. And he did pretty well. Because it's going to be a while before he gets to be in the league a QB. And of course, and his daddy's pro. We all know prime time himself, Deion Sanders. The Lions and the Eagles went at it this past Sunday night, and that was a 16-9 victory for the Eagles at home. The Cowboys beat the Raiders on the road, 33-16. And I want to, before we go into this weekend's games, I do want to talk about that game last night, because the Raiders have not, and I do mean have not been in. All right, let's break down the records, okay? They are 2-6 right now. Cowboys 4-1, 4-5-1. But the 2-6. This is, to me, the Raiders are a joke. They are trash. They're not playing like they should be. Crosby, I know Crosby was doing. I believe he signed a new deal, and yet he's still playing for a team that's not really showing up and showing out. I won't be shocked if Crosby decides to either leave or ask for a trade if either this year, even though we're getting closer to the end of the season, but more likely he will probably wait for another season or into a season, maybe off season, depending on what his mind is at. So yes, we definitely got to look at see how Crosby's gonna react at the end of the season, because we know he can be a bit of a diva. He can be like a macho diva, actually. But anyway, we have the Chiefs and the Broncos went at it this past weekend, and yes, the Chiefs lost. This is huge. Chiefs lost 19-22 in Denver, and with that, they are 500 now. With this, they are 500 with 5-5, and the Broncos improved to 9-2. Could I say that? I think I should guys see this. Is Kansas City Chiefs dynasty over? Is it really over? Because looking at this from the past several years, especially the last three, from the past season in the Super Bowl and the 2 Super Bowls before that, because I know the 2 years before that they won, and then they got completely humiliated last year against the Eagles, trying to get that three-peat, even though they did not get it. I think it's starting to. I think, and this is what I believe, and I think Evan Cohen, Michelle Smallman, and Chris Canty would agree on me with this. And I'll make sure you guys see this, and I'll share this with y'all, and I'll make sure you guys give me your opinion on this as well with Unsportsmanlike, as well as First Take and Get Up and NFL Live, because I know you all are great what you do. You all are pros. I'm just do myself up in there up in that area. But it's gonna take me a while. But anyway, I want y'all's take on this. Did Patrick Mahomes peak too fast? Yes, I don't. Yes, he has been. It was after his first year of as a QB. He started taking off. Like there are a lot of quarterbacks that have done that. Like Joe Burrow, he got into a Super Bowl, but he lost, and he has not been back since. Look at Jordan Love. He's been to a couple playoff games, but he was one and done twice. Last 2 years ago, and this past year as well. 2 years ago against the Cowboys, this past year against the Eagles. And it was, and that's ironic because it was against the Eagles because the Eagles was the Super Bowl champs this past year. But anyway, we gotta get going. We got a lot more to get into. Let's get into it now. We got the Eagles and the Lions. I said that one already. And yes, the church. And yes, I actually saw some false starts with the church. Seeing church push false starts with the church push. I never thought that. I never thought. Apparently, you can be penalized for the church push if it's a false start or a false start like that. But anyway, we gotta go. We got a lot more to do, and we'll take a commercial break in a little while. Let's talk a little college hoops for the ladies. Tonight we have USC taking on Portland on Big Ten Plus at 9. Memphis will take on Ole Miss 7 o'clock on ESPN Plus. Kentucky will take on Purdue on SEC Network, and Michigan will take on Bloomington on Big Ten Plus as well. For the men, for NCAA men hoops, we got Kentucky and Michigan State going at it at 5:30 on ESPN. We got on the ACC Network, we got Notre Dame taking Navy taking on North Carolina, and got Arkansas taking on Winthrop on SEC Network. Okay, we got Sacramento State taking on UCLA on Big Ten Network at 9:30. But this one's going on ESPN Plus at 8 o'clock tonight with the State Farm Championship Classic. Kansas Duke, number 5 ranked Duke, will take on the 24th ranked Kansas at home. I think this is going to be a good one. Yes. This is definitely a good one. And we're going to take a prime break. You know how I love my prime. I got to give myself hyper prime. Make sure you get your prime now where prime is sold. Okay. This past weekend in college football, we had some upsets as well. Oregon beat Minnesota last Friday, 42-13. Clemson, that's right, Clemson upsetted Louisville, 20-19. Yes, Alabama got beat at home, 23-21, snapping the 17 winning streak, home winning streak at homecoming. The Badgers lose to Indiana, 7-31. Texas loses in Athens, 35-10. UCLA gets pummeled by Ohio State University, 48-10. South Carolina takes on Texas A&M and barely lost 31-30 on the road with a comeback win. That's right, Texas A&M was on the brink of bit upsetted, but they ended up coming back. Texas Tech beats USC 49. Ole Miss beats Florida 24-34. Notre Dame beat Pitt 37-15. BYU beats TCU 44-13. The Utah Utes beat the Baylor Bears 55-28. Miami beat North Carolina State 41-7. Yeah. Georgia Tech does beat Boston College 34-36. USC beats Iowa 26-21. Michigan beats Northwestern 24-22 on the road. Virginia beats wins on the road 34-17 against Duke. Of course, Tennessee beats Mississippi State 42-9. Navy beats Florida. That's right. Navy got the upset against South Florida 41-38. And then Arkansas gets the upset against Cincinnati 30-24. So yes, there are a lot of stuff going on in the college football. Make sure, and with those games that I just mentioned, yes, the committee tonight. Make sure you do watch on ESPN at 6:00 Central Time. They will have the newest rankings of the CSB coming out tonight at 6. So make sure you check that out. I'll be checking that out while I'm at the gym getting my workout on. And we're going to take a commercial break in just a little bit. Before we do, we're going to look at the NHL action. We got the Maple Leafs taking on the Blues at 6:00 on ESPN Plus. We got the Red Wings hosting the Cranks at 6, also on ESPN Plus as well. On NHL Network, we got the Lightning taking on the Devils, as well as the Stars taking on the Islanders, also on ESPN Plus, as well as the Jets and the Blue Jackets as well, also on ESPN Plus, as well as the Blackhawks and the Flames also on ESPN Plus. The Flames game is 7:30, 7 for the Jets, 7 for the Stars, and 6 for the Lightning. On ESPN, all these are ESPN Plus games basically. The Golden Knights will take on the Rangers at 9, as well as also at 9:00 we've got the Sharks taking on the Mayhem tonight. And yes, we are a good ways away from getting. And yes, the hockey is definitely heating up for sure. Okay, let's see here. Yes, we do need to talk about some NFL. A lot of NFL going on. Let's see about some news around the NFL. Yep. Last night was a great night for the Monday Night Football. I love the t-shirts they wore because they were wearing the t-shirts of the fallen Cowboys that passed away. Yeah, I've mentioned in past episodes about, and if you have problems mentally, do something about it. Talk to a therapist, talk to a teacher, talk to a counselor. If you're in school, mental health is a big deal in sports. I know a lot of people that play football that would. My nephew's one. Melvin Gordon, Joe Thomas, Brad Nortman. there were a lot of people, everyone, even OT, about Tasha, and a lot of others would agree on me with this that mental health is a major deal in comes to the NFL because of how gruesome that sport can be and what can come. And yes, concussions do happen. And I remember when that movie came out that Jimmy, I think it was Jimmy Fox that played the character, the doctor in the movie about sports behind the science were not of. They came out the gut doctor that to the that was talking about concussions and how that affects football or not. Okay, gonna take the breath right there. You know what? We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be back on the other side. We're gonna talk about go over the scores, see some more scores, see what I got for my insiders, and more. We'll be back on the other side. We'll be right back. Mm. Okay, we are back, everyone, from the commercial break, and that commercial break is sponsored by Ion Truck. Anyway, and if you do have mental, if you are, if you have for mental health, please, if you have mental health problems, please dial 988, like 988. If you have any mental problems at all, please pick up the phone and dial 988 as well. If you dial 988, and they will help you with your, and they will help give you all the help and all the resources that you need to help. Okay, now we do have to talk about, well, let's see. Looks like, according to Heather, our senior college, for what Insider has done some news for me. The Power Four commissioners met NCLT on yesterday, and they were talking about bids and ideas for the 24-team playoff field. Looks like they want to double the playoffs, double the size of the playoff format they have this year. According to this, 24 teams instead of 12. But no changes to current, but there's not going to be any changes to the current with the 12 team format right now in 2026. But there are multiple sources that told ESPN that one, a CFB source said the 24 team idea has some merit. And there's a lot to be expected to be. A lot expected coming up in the upcoming weeks with the Big Ten, the SEC has a ball control of the future format. Each Power Four director of football also attended the meeting yesterday as well. So let's see how that would turn out at the end. And yes, that should also have all conferences, not just SEC and Big Ten. And yes, those two will be the two main ones, but ACC, WAC, Mountain, all the conferences that are out, all the conferences should be a part of this With it being training 4 teams, and we could have 24 teams, 24 team playoffs. That way, more teams can get in, have last longer, and we can just totally, completely get rid of the bye weeks. Okay, right now, we had last year when we did the bye weeks, a lot of those teams lost last year. Look how they haven't. Look how those teams that had the bye weeks last year went, and think about how it will be this year. Let me give you some other ideas, and yes, we do have a hiring. Virginia Tech has hired a new head coach. That's right. They have hired the former Penn State head coach that was recently fired. That's right. James Franklin is now the head coach of Virginia Tech. So, yes, I am totally looking forward to covering him and the Tech and Virginia Tech as well. Okay, NBA insider Sean is giving me some news as well. Like I said, the NBA has issued a warning for the Golden State Warriors. Draymond Green apparently had a vocal implication with a fan at this past Sunday's night's game in New Orleans as well. Sources tell ESPN on Libya find the fan was chanting Angel Reese toward Green and who responded face to face and taunts and was taunting. And was taunting to continue. It's one thing when you're a fan. It's another when you're an obsessed fan. And then it's even worse if you feel a psycho fan like this. The last thing you want to do is taunt NBA players, college players, or any other sports player there is. Even if it's high school, but even especially in the pros and in semi-pros and the college. In college, you don't know how they could respond back. You gotta really think that through. But of course, you're gonna want that stuff through the hard way as well. Okay, let's see what I got from my insider on the NHL with Emily Trumpkin. The Los Angeles Kings and the Arden can have agreed to new terms with a new contract, according to sources of ESPN. Jack Hans has had surgery on his finger today, which was 3 days ago. And the Devils had made that announcement. Expected to recover in 8 weeks. So yes, 8 weeks from then, should be back on the ice. Maybe a little sooner than that, depending on practice and during the half practices versus a full practice. But we'll see about that. Thank you, Heather, for that. Okay, thank you, Emily, for that, actually. Okay, Jeff, the Jet Patterson got me some news in the last couple of days. The first baseman, Josh Naylor, I don't think how you say it, of the Seattle Mariners, all finalized a fifth-year deal. Sources familiar with the deal to tell ESPN the first major league free agent to sign this winter goes back to Seattle, where he has beloved and after joining the Mariners in the trade deadline. And that's as of this past Sunday. This past Saturday, the Pittsburgh Pirates right-hander Parsons won the National League Cy Young Award. And that's getting all 32 first place votes. Wow, all 30 first place votes. That is pretty That's really huge because it's not easy to get an unanimous vote like that. But all 30, wow. Congratulations to him winning the Cy Young Award and in that fashion. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Okay, thank you, Jeff Jet, for that. Okay, let's see what Adam Schefter has for me. Okay, according to Adam Schefter, and yes, this is what I talked about earlier about the split. If we all remember this past the first game of the season with Jalen Carter deal when he spitted on the Cowboy on Dak Prescott. Well, it happened again. This is the second time. The second time this has happened. For this is the second time that an NFL player has spit on another player and definitely got good major consequences here. And this is Jamar Chase of the Bengals. He has been suspended for one game for spitting on Steelers. Jalen Ramsey. Of course, Chase has denied spitting on Ramsey, but we saw it clear as day, just like Jalen Carter did. And the league is determined that the video evidence was and what about the video evidence was. There definitely was a video evidence, and they have the warrant to a suspension. Okay, as of yesterday, the Eagles' first 5 All-Pro linebacker offensive tackle Lane Johnson suffered a mischief in an injury, but LISFRANC. I apologize if I cannot pronounce that correctly. There's some words I cannot pronounce correctly, but anyway, he has injured that on Sunday with the win over the Lions source. But it's not. Looks like it's not going to be season ending. Thank God for that. ESPN sources have said that Michael Penix Jr. has suffered a season-ending knee injury Sunday to the loss to the Panthers. I did put this out in a tweet this past week on Sunday as well. But I definitely got to let you know even more that he's definitely out indeed. But they are going to see about a second opinion on this. But it's not. The same is not encouraging, and that's what I believe as well. And yes, Aaron Rodgers did break the finger this past weekend. The additional concussion is that Aaron Rodgers has in the wood. Yeah, it looks like Aaron Rodgers have a slight break to his left wrist. But the Steelers quarterback will undergo a future testing yesterday to determine the full extent of that injury. I have yet to to see the results. Once I do, I will let you know in another upcoming short endo post on social media. Carolina, as of Sunday, Jacob Brisket Brissett completed an NFL record of 47 passes. That is definitely a record. Not many people can do that. Especially a lot of quarterbacks cannot do that. Not many. And yes, like I said earlier, Deion Sanders did. Deion Sanders' boy should finally got some play time. Yes, and Mason Rudolph is now have been placed. Aaron Rodgers did take the place of Aaron Rodgers when he was out with that wrist injury. Made golf with Josh Jacobs. I got a check on Josh Jacobs. I was letting you know the stint on that as well. Same with Jordan Love. I know Jordan Love has that shoulder stinger and whatnot. I think he out for that. I do have some news from Pete Thamel. Of course, I already talked about this one a bit ago. The Virginia Jets had hired James Franklin as a head coach. Franklin has won 128 games and over 15 seasons as a head coach of at Vanderbilt and Penn State. So yes, that's combined, not just but one of each. That's combined wins with Vanderbilt and Penn State together. And of course, he had led Penn State to a CFB semifinals just a year ago. You'll, of course, do that. Whew. I'm not going to take a breath though. Okay. North Carolina's coach, Mike. Looks like we got some extensions coming out. According to BCMO. That's what I got today from Pete. Pete for community. Sending that news is to me. As well to me. You know what? Let me give you some recommendations for some sports podcasts. It's been a while since I've done this, actually. First and foremost, I had to give out. I do recommend the Unsportsmanlike podcast with Evan, Chris, and Michelle. Chris Kenty, Michelle Palmer, and Evan Cohen. To me. I also had to definitely recommend the Locked On Bama podcast and all things Locked On as well. Locked On SEC. Of course, the pressure is on. This is one with always college football with Barry McGoy. One time Big Ten. You always cannot forget New Heights. Roding Tausch, Jim Montemali, KBN. You'll get Fred Minnick and Jared Allen with the fourth and net. Don't get the triple option with Urban Meyer, Alabama's own and Heisman Trophy winner, Mark Ingram, and Rob Stone. Because you gotta check out the Dynasty. Don't get Fitz and Wit. Those are always fun. And these guys are fun for sure. You got the Palm Feinbaum show as well. The famous bald man, the good looking one. Yes, I love listening to all these shows, and make sure you check them out yourselves as well. Those are my podcasts that I recommend you to listen to. There are a lot of other ones too you can listen to. You got the 30 for 30 podcast. Of course, you got the Rich Eisen show as well. Don't get the Rich Eisen show as well. Rich Eisen show as well. Our Shelters, a podcast. Baseball Tonight with Buster Olney. The Bill Baldwin Show, Brian Wardrop and Windhouse. And the Hoop Collection. So yes, it's been college football, college game day, first draft. Yes, so make sure you check all of those podcasts out and let me know what you think. Okay, let's see here what I can get now. Let me see what I can get in the new sports news. My team Z in sports. Let's see here. Of course, the emotional post-game speech that was given by the Cowboys. Brian Schottenheimer on the loss of their Cowboy fallen friend. Looks like they also did a lockout tribute for Marshawn Keenan as well. Held last night's game, which is wonderful. Don't you check that out? And see, I'm looking at it right here, and you can tell, just looking at the picture of Jamal Chase and Ramsey, that spread definitely did happen. Okay, let me just. Sorry about that. Let me try to have all of that. This is the best thing about doing the show. I love sharing it with everybody. But I do need a co-host. And of course, I also talked to Aaron Collins the other day. We are back on for another episode with the episode with him. We're dealing with sports. So once I have the official date with him and Evan, we'll be doing that live, and we'll be doing that live at the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison. Okay, let's see what I can give from my sources with the Barstool Sports. And yes, I will be submitting my show to Barstool as well. So if you want to check that out eventually, I will be getting my show submitted to Barstool. So if you want to check that out, I'll be on Barstool. Until then, I will let you know once it's official. I'll let you know when that is official when my show will be on Barstool and go from there. Because I know Pat McAfee did the same thing, and I'm gonna do it too. If I can do it, which you can't, which you did, I know I can do it as well. So yes, make sure you stay tuned with me and join me while I join my new ride to stardom. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's see what I can get from the Athletic. This is okay. Now here we go. Here we go. And yes, I was glad to now to let everybody know that yes, ESPN and ABC Disney Banana is back on YouTube TV. And just that dispute finally came to an end, and it's back on YouTube TV. Those of you who watch YouTube TV like myself. Ooh, look like there's some MLB talks about the salary cap, lockout. Okay, I'll go look more into this and I'll let you know what is to come. But let me see about that. Let's see here. Yes, yeah. Looks like Matt LaFleur had started to talk about the tough in New York and MetLife Stadium. Okay, and yes, make sure you watch. I am looking forward to. Be sure you listen to watch Force Take tomorrow morning when Chris my dog Russo does his Mad About. I love what he does with that. It's always a lot of fun to watch him do that. Ooh, this could be a chance that Curry could not, more likely could not be playing in the 20 games. Looks like that it could be the case, but we'll find out more as we get closer to 2028 and the Olympic Games for the summer Olympic Games in 28. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go into like NFL action. Back to the NFL. Let's preview today the weekend's game. We'll take another commercial break, and then we'll do the college games. Oh, you know what? I think I did. Yes, I see it. We did that one. So let's go ahead and hit the college games, everybody. Yes. For this week's games, we have East Illinois taking Alabama. Let's see if Alabama can rebound from that loss this past weekend to Oklahoma. That game's at 1 o'clock on SEC Network Plus. Texas will be hosting Arkansas at 2:30. That's a good one because I've been going to a game. I believe that's the game I'm going to actually with my girlfriend and her family and a member of her family. And then we'll take on Stanford at 11 on SEC Network. Actually, we'll take on Rutgers at the Shoe. And Rutgers is just one game shy of being bowl eligible. I know there's not going to be a win for the Rutgers here, but they could. They'll see what they can do. But let's take a look at the Rutgers special Rutgers. What games they have left? Well, they only have this week and next week left. Actually, because they only got Ohio State this week, and then they have on the 29th, they have Penn State, and that's it. So they need to win just one game out of those two games. More likely the Penn State game could do it because Penn State does not have a good record with the 4-6 record. More likely that one could be the win because I know Ohio State is doing so well, and they're still undefeated as well as Texas A&M. Okay, here we go. I'm going to push it back. Missouri will take on Oklahoma in Soonaville in Sooner against the Sooners. Can the Sooners capitalize from the win last week at Alabama this week against Missouri at home at 11 a.m. on ABC? Virginia Tech will take on Miami at home at 11 a.m. on ESPN. Well, I would be shocked if Kenny Franklin would be there. I know he won't be coaching, but he would be at least on the sidelines watching. Louisville will take on SMU. Both teams are coming in with a 7-3 record. That game is also a 11 a.m. in the morning game on ESPN at 2. On SEC Network, we got Georgia taking Charlotte. We know that's just going to be a bloodbath. Georgia gets the win and capitalize again from the win last weekend against Texas. UAB will take on South Florida. Let me see how many games UAB has left because they only got 3 wins right now. Okay, they will not get a bowl game. So it's been a while, but UAB is not going to be eligible for a bowl game this year because even with a win this week and next week, there should be 1 game short of being eligible for a bowl. I'm going to do this one in a minute. BYU will take on Cincinnati at 7 o'clock on Saturday. Florida takes on Tennessee at 6 on ABC. At 6, Georgia Tech will take on Pittsburgh. And on ESPN at 6 o'clock. Maryland and Michigan will go at it. Between Network at 3 in afternoon. Let's see what Maryland has left to take on. I believe they've got the 1 game left, and that's against Michigan State. So, yes, since they only got 3 wins, even if they win the last 2, they'll still be game short if they win the last 2 games. But they're not going to be eligible for a bowl game as well. Utah Utes take on Kansas State on ESPN 2 at 3 o'clock. Michigan will take on Iowa on FS1 at 2:30. And yes, Michigan State definitely is not going to get a bowl game. Even with the way they think we're next. As well, Notre Dame and Syracuse will go at it at 2:30 on NBC and Peacock. At 2:30, yes, Syracuse also is not going to get a bowl game as well, even if they win the last 2 games. Let me just take a quick peek just to be sure. Yep, they are not going to be eligible. Syracuse will also be another team to add to the slate of teams that would not be eligible for bowl games. But here's one that will be. Oregon USC CBS at 2:30. That's right. Oregon will take on USC in Oregon. Excuse me. Hello. And the USC is coming into the game at 8-2, and Oregon is coming in at 9-1. So yes, I am looking forward to that. All of that, these games as well. And of course, out of that next week is rivalry games because we got several games going on next week. I'm sorry. In fact, let me take a look at next week's game because since I'm taking a break, let's go ahead and go into next week's NFL games and next week's in college games as well. Let's start with next week's games now. Got the Bills taking on the Texans on Thanksgiving Day on Prime TV, on Prime Video at 7:15. Also on Sunday, the Packers. Okay, next Sunday, the Packers will take on the Vikings at noon on Fox. Eagles, Cowboys, we'll go at it on Fox at 3:25. The Colts will take on the Colts and the Chiefs. The Colts will come into Kansas City and take on the Chiefs. Can the Chiefs prevail from the loss this past weekend? Or can they rebound and come back, start winning again? I don't know. That's a new game on CBS along with the Bears and Steelers as well. Can the Bears Caleb, who is going to be better? Caleb Williams or Aaron Rodgers, even with the injured wrist? Bengals and the Patriots will go out at noon on CBS. Jets Ravens would go, Jets and the Ravens would go out at Ravens or 500. The Seattle Seahawks will take on the Titans, and we all know the Titans are just garbage. Garbage, really, with the one win on Fox. The Lions will take on the Giants on Fox at noon. Jaguars will take on the Cardinals at noon at 3:05 on CBS, as well as the Chargers, as well as the Raiders taking on the Browns at the same time as well. 3:25 on Fox, it will be, I believe that's going to be the game of the week. Yeah, that should be the game of the week on Fox at 3:25. Falcons taking on the Saints. Buccaneers and the Rams will go at it at 7:20 on NBC and Peacock. And wrap that week up with the Monday night game, Panthers taking on the 49ers on ESPN at 7:15. Okay, let's go. I'm not going another week ahead, but I will do this one, and I will go do the same thing for the college football. And then I'll do another episode with this as well. But we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back. We'll talk more college football, NFL on the other side, and much more. So we'll be right back. Okay, we are back, everybody. We have a lot. Keep on going. Got more to keep going. Okay. Okay, let's see. We were talking, going down the schedule for the next couple of weeks. Since I'll be taking off for a few weeks myself for the holidays. So the NFL, get back to that. Enjoy next week's games. Okay, then we are line. Okay, for Thanksgiving Day we have 3 games. We got the 12 going at noon from Fox, 3:25 on Paramount Plus and CBS, and the 7:25 at NBC and Peacock. And we got some good ones. We got Bengals taking on the Ravens, not bad. But this one's even better. Chiefs taking on the Cowboys, and even better, we got the Packers taking on the Lions. The Lions will take on the Packers will take on the Lions and Detroit on Fox at noon. CBS and Paramount Plus. On 3:30, the Chiefs will take on the Cowboys at Cowboys Stadium. Bengals will take on the Ravens at 7:20 p.m. on NBC and Peacock. And make sure you don't get stuffed with all that turkey and stuffing and pumpkin pie and whatnot. Make sure you got all that in you for that last game. That way you can be in the food coma and watching the game as well. Because we all know about the food coma when it comes to eating a lot of Thanksgiving food, especially all that turkey. Friday, we got a 2 p.m. Prime video game. Eagles Bears. That's a good one. The Bears will be coming into Philadelphia to get on the Eagles at 2 o'clock on Black Friday. So, yes, we got a Black Friday game, everybody. That's right. We got another Black Friday NFL action game. NFL action game as well. And after that, back to the Sunday slate, we got the Jacksonville taking on the Browns at noon, as well as Titans and Jags, Colts and Texans, Dolphins and Saints. Fox also with a new slate, Jags Falcons, Rams Panthers, Carolina and Buccaneers, Vikings and the Seahawks. Raiders and the Chargers, Bills, Steelers. That should be definitely good one right there for sure. Sunday night one definitely be a good one. That will be Broncos and the Commanders. And then of course the night game is definitely a good one. Giants will come into New England and Foxborough. Taking on the Patriots on ESPN at 7:15 as well. Those are your NFL games for this week. We got within the next week, going into Thanksgiving. Okay, everyone, we gotta go into the back to the college games for next week's games as well. That's right. I'd like to call this rivalry game. Rivalry games. Because we got a lot of State rivals going at it for most of these games. It will start at the bottom, go up. Stanford and Notre Dame will go at it. 9:30 late night game on ESPN. 6 o'clock. ESPN Plus South Florida. You go Rice, Tennessee, and Vanderbilt will go at it. At 2:30, at 2:30 also got LSU taking on Oklahoma in OKC. Louisville will be at home hosting Kentucky. This ACC, and yes, Kentucky needs that win. Let's look at Kentucky's record. The only one win from being eligible. They only got out of this week. They only got Louisville, so one of those two games they need to win. And last week, the following week, Louisville will have Kentucky will have Louisville actually. Okay, the Ohio State will take on Michigan State in the game known as the game. Michigan won it last year. The game was 11 a.m. game on Fox. We all know how it went down last year with Michigan upsetting Ohio State and the planting of the flag and at the 50-yard line in the logo. We know how that all went down and how it all erupted. Cincinnati will take on TCU. That one has yet to be determined, as well as Virginia Tech and Virginia and USC and UCLA at USC. We got a bunch of, and USC. The Miami pit is also to be determined, as well as BYU and USC. Oregon, Washington, that is also to be announced as well. Oregon, Washington to be announced. Texas Tech and West Virginia also to be announced. I'll come back to this one in just a minute. Indiana and Purdue would go at it Friday night. Okay, we got one. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 games Friday night on Black Friday. Damn, man. Well, this is the most games that I have seen on a Black Friday. Usually it's a couple of games. We got 6 games this year for Black Friday. We have we'll start off with Indiana taking on Purdue. And in Purdue at 6:30. Okay. All right, here we go. Purdue taking on Indiana at home on 6:30 on NBC and Peacock. Georgia Tech would go at it at 2:30 on ABC. Both teams are coming into the game 9-1. See, with a 9-1 season, can Georgia Tech play spoiler in the possible upset? I could possibly see that. Georgia Tech has a great record this year, even in the red zone. Utah takes on Kansas at 11 a.m. on Friday, along with Iowa and Nebraska as well. And yes, like I said earlier, Kansas does need to win one this week or the following week to be eligible for a ball game. And then we have Ole Miss taking on Mississippi State at 11 o'clock on ABC. And then at 6:30 Friday night, the Longhorns of Texas will take on the undefeated Texas A&M. And I like this one because my girlfriend is a Longhorns fan and her uncle is an Aggie fan. So I'm looking for this as well. The family rivalry. Mr. Friendly family rivalry. And then, of course, we have the granddaddy of them all, also at 6:30 on Saturday night on ABC. That's right, the one and only Iron Bowl, Alabama taking on Auburn. Auburn is going into the game with a 4-6 record. Alabama going in at 8-2 record. With the win here, they can definitely still their chances to the playoff and potentially a SEC title game, depending on how the other games turn out. With help. So yes, that's what we got. And then of course we have a color game in week 15. And basically in week 15 it's not yet scheduled because those are basically all the conference title games. We have one that you got only see 1, 2. We got the Big 12, the WAC, the MAC, the SEC, and the ACC and the Big 10 title games already with times. We don't have yet the teams yet, but we do have times and channels for those games. We have them for all conference games from the Mountain West Championship, the Conference USA Championship, the Sun Belt, the American Athletic, as well as the Big 12 and the MAC and the SEC, ACC, and the Big 12. All the games that just all the conferences that I just named already have times and TV stations that they're going to be televised on. They are just waiting for the rest of the season to wrap up, for the regular season to wrap up, to see who will be playing whom in those title games. But I'll give you those times. Start with the Friday games. The 4 of them. The first one, the Mountain West, is on Fox. The time for that one has not been determined yet. But I have the other 3 that are determined. For the Conference USA Championship game, that would be at 6:30 on the 5th, December 5th at 6 o'clock. CBS SN for that one. For the Sun Belt Championship, that game will be at 6 o'clock on ESPN. And for the American Athletic Championship game, that's at 7 o'clock on ABC. For the Big 12, that game is on 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, December the 6th. And that is the Big 12 Championship game. The Big 12 Championship game, that's 11 a.m. game on ABC. Also at 11 a.m. on ESPN, we got the MAC Championship game at 3:30 on ABC. We'll have the SEC Championship game as well, and the ACC will be on ABC as well. And that game is at 7 o'clock. So we have 2 games on ABC and one on Fox and 3 ABCs, 3 of them on ABC and 3 on ABC, 1 on ESPN, and 1 on Fox. Anyway, we got the ACC, that's at 7 o'clock on ABC. Big 10 title game is at 7 o'clock on Fox. So once we have that one, we'll find out who that is. And then, of course, there'll be a game on week 16. We all know that one is the Army-Navy game. That game is on CBS, and that would be a 2 o'clock game That will be a 2 o'clock game on CBS for the Army Navy game. And then after that, of course, we'll have the selection show. The selection show, which will determine bowl games, who's going well, and who's going to be in the top 12 for the 12-team playoffs as well. So, yes, hope you are ready for all that to go down. So, we got a lot of mice. I got a lot of mice later to deal with that. Excuse me. And that's one of my favorite times of the year. In fact, how about we look at a little hoop action for the holiday, for Saturday, for next week, for Thursday night. I think we do have some NBA games next week on Thanksgiving. Let's see. Okay, looks like we don't have games this year on Thanksgiving Day because the NFL has those games. So that's good. That's a programming note for y'all. There will not be a game for that. And yes, we do have a lot to go over. If you want to follow Wisconsin sports, make sure you do download the Wisconsin ESPN app as well. And yes, last night we had a lot of WWE action last night. If you have not, make sure you watch that back. I definitely going to watch that back as well. Oh, and looks like we got a take here with Donovan Stephen A. about his career just getting started. It's kind of true, actually. And Logan Paul taking the place of Seth Rollins for the division. That is kind of interesting to know. That is kind of interesting twist for a YouTuber to take over for Seth Rollins. And yes, we do have War Games San Diego coming up. Make sure you get your tickets now before they go fast, because they are going fast right now. Make sure you get your hotel stay, your pass if you want to get the VIP passes, if you want to get the meet and greets if they have it, which I think they will. That's what I love about WWE. And yes, this will be all the finals, all the last ones for John Cena. We all know we are in November, going into December, and we know that means John Cena Farewell Tour will be complete, will be officially over, and he'll be officially retired after 20 years of wrestling. Okay, we are at 11:30. We're about to wrap up today's episode. I love talking to my audience out here, even if I only an audience of one on the live when I do the live, but I love it when you watch it back. I love hearing your comments. I love your feedback. And let me know what I can do better. I would love to show you what I can do. Well, let's look at, before we do get off, let's look at college hoops again, college basketball. Men's, actually, let's break some of that down a little bit. And go over some of those games. So now I give the games for today. For tomorrow night, we got games. Alabama, we got Illinois. FS1 at 8 o'clock. Big Ten at 5:30. Michigan, we got MTSU. Arkansas, we got UConn. Ooh, that's a good one. Both teams are coming into the game at 4-0 each at 6 o'clock tomorrow night on SEC Network at 8 o'clock. Over with Jackson State. On Thursday, we'll be taking Purdue to go Memphis at 5 o'clock on CBS SN. St. John's will take on Bucknell at 6 o'clock. That's simulcast. TNT and True TV. Tennessee State will take on Tennessee SEC Network Plus at 6 o'clock. Wake Forest will take on Texas Tech. Both teams are coming in at 3-1 at 7:30 as well on CBS and also another simulcast game we got on True TV and TNT. Houston are taking on right. Okay, one last commercial break. We're going to wrap up the show for the last 27 minutes. Until then, we'll be right back. We'll be back on the other side. Last commercial break. All right, and now we are back, everybody. Thank you for hanging in with me here on this Tuesday. I want to share a couple things. I do have some breaking news, but first, I'm going to put out a little news of kindness. It was like, I'm going to share this. It was from Terrence Sean Jr. Did a nice thing and gifted the entire grocery store, $500 each to pay for their groceries. With groceries prices going up, this is really a great thing of kindness to do for this guy, this NBA star, to do to help out his community, to help out the community, to help out this community by giving $500 to everybody in the store to buy their groceries. So they had to use their own money. To be honest, know, grocery prices have gone up. Everything's going up and up and up because of what's been going on with the Trump and all. But I don't want to really bring that up right now because I don't like to talk politics on here. But anyway, we do have to talk about. Actually, do have some breaking news according to the NFL, and yes, it has been the test has confirmed that the Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers will not need surgery on his fractured wrist, and his status moving forward is to be determined. Now, my sources with Ian Rappaport and Tom Mullen, that is. So thank you guys for letting me have that. Okay, before we call it a day, we got like 10 minutes left. So we stretch it out, take a swig of water, and let's finish it, shall we? Alrighty, now. Let's see about some college. See if there's any college going on, hoops going on this weekend. Well, this coming Thursday, for Thanksgiving Day, 27th. Looks like there is. We got 4 games. Let's see, 1, 2, 2. We're looking at 5 games going on Thanksgiving Day, but it's in college hoops. First, we'll have the Badgers of Wisconsin taking on Providence at the Rowdy Children's Invitational, as well as TCU taking on Florida. North Carolina taking on Michigan State for the Fort Myers tip-off. Beach Division, and then BYU taking on Miami at the Terry's Chocolate ESPN Events International Magic Bracket. Both teams are going into that game. We're currently going into that game 3-1. We'll see what the record is at, but just close to the time. You just get to lose again 4-0, 3-1 for Arkansas. The should enjoy it. We'll see what the will be by then. After the next week so game prior to this one. So that's what we got for college hoops for the boys. And let's see about the gals, for the ladies for that. And we do have some games for the ladies as well. TCU will take on Richmond at 8 o'clock. Right now, 8 o'clock on ESPN. Plus, we got 7. We got Vanderbilt taking on Oregon State. North Green Bay. Women to go out at 3 o'clock against North Carolina State. Maryland will take on Hofstra. And Maryland, yes, still has yet to win a game. Has won yet to lose a game. That game's at 3 o'clock. At 10 a.m., we got North Carolina taking on South Dakota State on Thanksgiving Day as well. So, yes, we do have college games, college basketball games, as well as college football and NFL as well, all on the same day. All Thanksgiving Day. So, we're going to be busy in the sports industry as well as the parade, or the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Day parade as well. And as well as Black Friday, and of course, getting ready for Christmas and the New Year as well. So, yes, we are at that point of the holidays that we are getting there. And if you are stressful, if you do get stressful over the holidays, make sure I have something I can recommend you. A lot of guided meditations with that. A lot of things you can do to keep yourself calm, relax while enjoying the hustle and bustle of the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, as well as transitioning from Thanksgiving to Christmas. In fact, I've seen a Christmas tree or two here and there, I think. And does give me, I want me to ask this question, and I want to know what you think in the comments of the replay of this live. How soon is it to buy a Christmas tree? How soon should you buy a Christmas tree? And how soon should you decorate the house? Inside and out. I get it if you live in the colder weather climates. You're doing it now is the perfect time to do it, so you don't have to worry about being outside for a long period of time, and you'll be out there out in the bitter cold, putting all that up. That is helpful because the ground is nice and soft. You don't have to worry about a frozen ground. You have those blow ups, whatnot. To nail them down, to hold them down from the wind, whatnot. And I like to find out a way. I like to find out some way that you can still have holiday blow up stuff, and not blow ups and freestanding. How to keep them up? How to keep them from getting under the snow when you have actual snow? Because I've done that before myself. If you have any tips about how to keep your outdoor decorations from getting covered in snow, please give me a comment, and please put a comment in the YouTube comments as well as here on the live, on the replay of this on my live here. Okay, we are going to wrap things up here. So stretch it out. I want to wish you all again a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Enjoy your holidays. And make sure you drink responsibly. I will definitely do the same myself. Along with my family and my girlfriend and her family as well. So I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Let's get the holidays rolling. Until my next episode. I'll see y'all next time. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the holidays. See you next time. And I also want to mention to the families that don't have families that are having families and loved ones that are serving in our country. I definitely want to put a happy Thanksgiving to you all, because you all are the backbone of America. For your loved one and your family member that is serving our nation's country in our armed forces. So I'm going to keep you in mind in my prayers. As well as make sure keep it in your mind and your prayers as well for those families that's not going to have someone coming home, or family members that are serving our country to keep us safe here in America, overseas, in our armed forces. So until next time, enjoy yourself. Enjoy the turkey. Enjoy the gravy. Enjoy the pumpkin pie. And hey, let's get that message already. Until next time. See you then. Have a good one.